the airport, focal point for today's traveler, the helicopter is already well woven into the fabric of Los Angeles life. Here, air traffic controllers handle an average of 225 helicopter flights per day. That is 1/6 of the total operations of this busy airport. Adjacent to the airport is a typical corporate helicopter user, North American Aviation. Its fleet of 4 Bell 47J helicopters operates an average of 800 hours each year. In the summer of 1967, the 4 Bell 47J helicopters were replaced by turbine-powered Bell Jetrangers. Flights are on a routine shuttle basis, connecting the many company sites throughout the Los Angeles area. Helicopter travel was not always this routine, of course. The system was born in 1960 with a single ship. Helicopters have become an accepted routine part of the flow of personnel between facilities of this multifaceted corporation. North American found that the time saved justified expansion of the operation to its present level, the use of 15 heliports within the greater Los Angeles area. Getting into the heart of Los Angeles from the airport is a 25-minute ride, if the traffic is good. But a helicopter flight is a short 6 minutes, regardless of surface traffic. Ahead is California Federal, the nation's largest savings and loan association. Their new 28-story building is the largest helipark in the western United States. It is radio-controlled and can land and park 6 12-passenger helicopters. Over and above executive transport, California Federal has found the helicopter to be a valuable business tool. Here is a group returning from a loan inspection tour. For them, the analysis of a new development area has been a quick and efficient operation. Both the officers and clients of California Federal have benefited from increased productivity and greater personal convenience. As the population spills beyond the boundaries of Los Angeles, the benefits of the helicopter will become more and more attractive. Los Angeles corporations are not the only ones who have come to depend upon helicopters. The men who serve the people living in this greater metropolitan area have made rotary wing use an integral part of their daily jobs. Helicopters are used in all levels of city and state government. The office of the mayor, for example, is in the only city hall in the nation designed with its own heliport. More than just a novelty or something to brag about, it is a functional necessity in a city the size of Los Angeles. The transportation revolution in Los Angeles has also produced some interesting innovations in heliport design. A case in point is Rotifer Industries, a leading aggregate producer in California. Their necessity to maintain close contact with highly scattered construction sites made them a natural for this utility machine. The next logical step was their design of an electrically operated mobile hangar which covers their helicopter while it is parked on an office roof heliport. Like so many other companies in the area, key corporate officers of Rotifer are pilots and enjoy doing their own flying. In 1962, there were 52 helistops in the Los Angeles basin area. Today, there are 150. This does not include any of the more than 50 airports in the 5-county area. The helicopter is rapidly becoming an accepted way of life, and it will be an even greater part of the future. Southern California has no monopoly on helicopter usage. Across the country and Chicago, we find a business which makes extensive use of the helicopter. Polymatic Corporation, manufacturers of 98% of the conveyor-belted meat and fish patty forming machines, with models that turn out hamburger patties at the rate of 3,600 per hour. The routine use of helicopters was a significant factor in new plant site selection. It enabled construction of a modern suburban plant with the knowledge that exceptional customer service would continue to be pivotal in future business growth. With a new Bell Jetranger, management has found they can service accounts on a portal-to-portal basis within a 600-mile radius, quicker than by other forms of transportation, either singly or combined. When cross-country or international travel is required, the Jetranger quickly lifts Hollymatic personnel across the maze of downtown Chicago directly to the airport. Individual productivity of key members of management is greatly increased with this efficient use of their time. This is New York, the way most people see the city, and the typical image of a New York policeman. But for some patrolmen of the New York Police Department, their day starts at a hangar on Long Island. For these men, their beat is the sky over the 5 boroughs comprising New York. The duties are as varied as those of their walking brothers. Traffic problems are easier to diagnose and eliminate before snarls and bottlenecks develop. The location of stolen vehicles, abandoned in an inaccessible marsh area. Neighborhood rooftop patrols, which provide surveillance of fire hazards or the accumulation of potential riot materials. Police patrol also includes the routine checkout of small pleasure craft, which may become disabled in the harbor and waterways surrounding the city. Another user of Jetranger helicopters, the Port Authority, is also responsible for the New York Harbor. The Port Authority must maintain the vital maritime arteries that connect the island of Manhattan to the rest of the world. The docks which keep the city viable are linked together by transportation lines woven in the air. The mayor of New York makes routine daily use of his Jetranger. Helicopter travel has proven essential in a city which is cut into 5 pieces by bodies of water. In today's volatile, teeming city, rapid movement is not just a convenience. For those who must govern, it is a necessity. One factor common to all the cities we've seen is the problem of urban noise, a steadily worsening problem. And one might expect that the routine use of helicopters would compound the problem. Actually, just the reverse is true.
We have heard of the decibel as a unit of sound measurement, but few of us have a real familiarity with its meaning. The decibel is a measure of the minute air pressure variations caused by sound energy. The total audible range that the ear can tolerate is divided into 130 units, a unit being a perceived difference in sound level. However, the ear can hear some frequencies of sound better than others, even though both are at the same decibel or dB level as it's called. The decibel may be compared with the degree on the thermometer. You have experienced chills on 50-degree days in a strong wind, but have been perfectly comfortable on calm days when the temperature reading has been less than 50 degrees. The thermometer senses the actual temperature, but the human comfort level is dependent on the movement of the air. So it is with sound. The decibel meter records the sound, but the determining factor in the hearing comfort level is the pitch or frequency of the sound. Although the sounds of the helicopter are in the less objectionable frequency range, they do attract the attention of the local populace, initially because of the novelty of the aircraft operating within close proximity. Once the novelty of the intra-city helicopter operation wears off, it attracts no more attention than other transportation vehicles with similar sound levels. A good example of the acceptance of helicopter operations downtown was demonstrated during a trial air taxi operation in San Diego, California in 1967. A Bell Jetranger flew scheduled and unscheduled passenger flights between several hotels and the San Diego Municipal Airport for a 30-day period without a single complaint from the area residents. Actually, the sound level of the helicopter is no more disturbing than other normal city traffic. Let's take a look and listen to each of these familiar sounds and see how the helicopter compares with other methods of transportation. These sound level recordings were made from the normal populace access distances to the vehicles shown. Automobiles, commonly used roadway speeds, recorded at a distance of 20 feet. The Bell Model 206A, hovering from 200 feet. heavy trucks, commonly used roadway speeds, from 20 feet. The Bell UH-1H military version of the commercial model 205A, hovering from 200 feet. The Bell Model 47G4A, hovering from 200 feet. Four-engine propeller aircraft, takeoff from 500 feet. Four-engine jet airliner, takeoff from 500 feet. As heard and shown in the tests, the helicopter sound level is comparable to those of vehicles to which we have constant daily exposure. Bell's engineering department has continuing research programs in progress to obtain further sound level reduction for its helicopters. With proper planning in design and location of heliports and helistops and access routes to them, the helicopter can be easily incorporated into the city's transportation system. For a truly modern community to remain modern, it must accept this new sound of transportation.
Composite, being designed today, is a minimum technical risk approach to a high-speed helicopter to achieve cost-effective VTOL to meet military and commercial demands of tomorrow. In the research and development area, Bell successfully tested its 25-foot diameter prop rotor at actual wind tunnel speeds of 204 knots, where it displayed good stability characteristics. Purpose of the test program was to explore the dynamic characteristics of prop rotors in an airplane mode. It is expected that such a prop rotor can ultimately be used on a tilt-rotor aircraft having maximum speeds of over 300 knots, and subsequent tilt-fold rotor versions with speeds of more than 400 knots. A wheel landing gear kit developed for the Twin 212 provides complete taxi capability on ramps and heliports where minimum rotor downwash is required. The wheels are mounted on energy-absorbing cross tubes, with the aft wheels attached to thick spindles and the forward wheels attached by self-centering swivel spindles. Hydraulic brakes in the aft wheels are individually controllable for steering and are lockable for parking. The wheel-equipped Twin 212 has a turning radius of about 25 feet. Entry into the twin-engine medium helicopter market ushered in the 70s for Bell with the FAA certification of its 212 twin. The 212 recently completed a 13,000-mile coast-to-coast demonstration tour of the United States and Canada. Early orders for the 212 include Mack Trucks, the State of New York, the Government of Korea, Petroleum Helicopters Incorporated, and Hong Kong Air International.